Hi, guys. I'm Herb Stratford, KMSB Fox 11 Tucson.
Hey, Herb.
Hi, hey, hi.
Nice to meet you guys. Hey, so Tim, let me start with you.
Yeah.
Um, how did this project come to you? Like, what drew you to this project?
Well, I came to the project, so it didn't come to me. I was basically because I'm one of the writers, so I from very beginning on, I was involved in it. And I was interested in the topic generally for quite some time already. And and after my first two previous movies, I finally felt ready to approach it. And it was a conversation that we had in research that gave us the idea of telling it entirely from that perspective, from the perspective of Jeffrey Mason, the character played by John.
So John, that sort of leads me to you. And I mean, this is such a great cast. Peter and Ben and everybody. And you was that sort of an interesting process, digging in and doing that research and trying to get into the headspace of these guys as they were going through this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, the research was a vital component, and that was really made possible by talking to the real Jeff Mason. He provided us with some great insights and knowledge as to what we needed to do to capture this world. And that included going to broadcast control rooms and studying in there and shadowing directors and producers and learning what it means to call a live broadcast. That was really important for me. And luckily, we had a great ensemble, so everyone was eager to do justice to the story and honor the broadcast control room veterans who were in that room that day, as well as the victims of that day.
Well, and it's interesting you bring up that control room thing, just because I think we don't see a lot of that in television and film, sort of that camaraderie and sort of get that captured on film or on screen. And I'd imagine you're getting feedback from people like, yeah, you got that. You nailed that. And that seemed like such an important part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all felt that way, and Tim has been speaking to that. Where, I mean, Tim, you can go ahead and say what you've heard from people who've been in those situations.
Yeah, no, I just heard that first from Jeffrey Mason, or the direct source who was in the control room on that day during this 22-hour marathon of broadcasting, and witness how they, as a bunch of, and I think that's a special thing also about the premise of our movie compared maybe to a classical newsroom drama, is that it's told from a bunch of sports broadcasters that had to make the switch. So they were reporting a few hours before that we were reporting on Mark Spitz winning his seventh gold medal. And now they had to make that switch to the crisis reporting. And Jeff told us how they grew together as a group. It's very similar in a way also to when you make a movie, you also face, I don't want to compare the challenges of making a movie with the challenges that they faced reporting on this crisis, but you also grow together as a group, and there's this camaraderie. And we wanted to have that reflected in the ensemble. And yeah.
Well, and I think it's such an interesting way to put this global event through sort of a keyhole perspective. And we've
Yeah.
all seen that footage from the larger stage, and this is so much more intimate. It made me actually think. I want to ask both you guys. So, having obviously a very tragic event, but what about other events that you could see being interesting to see from that perspective? What other global events? You know what I mean? Like that were covered by the news extensively.
Well, I don't. So you're saying like other events that would be interesting to see. I think we've been through that kind of in other ways. What I think's interesting about ours and that makes it unique is that it's the first time that it was shared globally via satellite. Um, uh, I don't know if like doing a film where you talk about the news broadcast of 9/11 or of what else, a war or whatever it is would have as much impact because I think we are so used to that nowadays. So what's kind of novel about this approach and Tim's vision for this, and more, it's the other writer's vision, was that it goes back to the roots of the modern tragic broadcast, which is so commonplace now. I mean, we're watching it right now on our news. It's just common. So yeah, I mean, you could do it. I don't know if it would be as interesting.
All right, fair enough. Well, thank you, gentlemen. A really powerful film. I'm so glad that you were able to talk to me today, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too.